Okay, we go to chapter 12, critical path analysis. We call it critical path analysis or network analysis. What does critical path analysis have to do with our project? Most of the time, people, businesses, they find it difficult to manage their time. So because of time management, most of them they used to say time is money. They say time is money. Time, it doesn't mean that time when you don't have the time. It is not. It is abstract. It's not what you can touch. But what it means by saying time is money is that if you are able to complete a project in time, you will be able to request for your payment. That means you have a lot of money with you to be able to finance other projects. So if I tell you to deliver some products to me at maybe within the next 3 weeks, but you're able to deliver it after 2 weeks, what does that imply? It means that I should be able to pay you after 2 weeks. So this is what we meant by time is money. So critical path analysis is basically talking about how we can manage our time management. So for critical path, what is critical path? I wrote, these are tasks involved in a project, which if delayed could delay the project. Whatever project you have to do as an individual, whatever project you have to do, this project involves task. Yes or no?
Yes.
So these tasks has to be performed before the project can be completed. So those tasks, the critical part is that the critical part explains those tasks that has to be performed to complete the project. If not performed or if not done, the project might be delayed. That is the critical part. Do you understand what critical part means there?
Yeah.
The task that has to be done to complete a project. If these tasks are not done, then the project will also be delayed. That is critical part. Then we go to critical path analysis, which is CPA or network analysis. It is a method of calculating the minimum time a project has to be completed. You understand what critical path analysis means now? Yeah. It's a method of calculating. It's a method you can use for your time management. And what does it calculate? It calculates the minimum time required to complete a project. So here I wrote, critical path analysis is a method of calculating the minimum time required to complete a project, identifying delays which could be critical to its completion. So we need to produce bottles. So if you have to produce these bottles, that means we need machines, we need workers. So if machines are available and we don't have workers to work with the machine, then there will be delay in producing the bottles. Yeah. So this is what critical path analysis will tell us, will identify. So we will be able to assess what are needed, what are those things that we need to complete this task with the machine, with the people that are needed. How many period, what time do they need to complete that project? That's critical path analysis. I think it's clear. Yes. So we go to the nature and purpose of critical path analysis. Yes, there's a well-known saying in business that time is money. What exactly does this mean? I already said that already. So time is money. What does it imply? It implies that as soon as you are able to complete that task and you are able to complete the project, because when the task is done, the project is completed. Yeah. And if you are able to deliver the project within the time frame or even before the deadline, it means you as a business, you will be able to request or claim your payment. And when you're able to claim your payment, that means you have a lot of money available to even further other projects. Yeah. Do you understand what time is money now means? Yeah. So the best way to explain this, okay, I explained already. So we go to, I wrote, the best way to explain this is to say that if tasks are completed quickly, it is beneficial to the business financially. As business will deliver quickly to customers, and I already explained that. So you're able to deliver quickly to your customers. And that means that you're getting your financial remuneration immediately. Then, so I said CPA is one, CPA or network analysis is one established method used to improve the management of time. So CPA is an analysis that helps us to improve how we manage our time. When we're talking about time management, it doesn't mean that, oh, from 7 o'clock to 7 o'clock, oh, I have to sleep, I have to do this. No, we're talking about within a project that has to be completed within a time frame. So we're talking basically about projects that have to be completed. So how do we manage our time to complete these projects? What are those things that will make this project to be delayed? So when the project is delayed, it means some people, some individuals are not doing what they are supposed to do. So that is what we're talking about. So you are able to understand, you are able to identify those critical aspects that would delay the project. So when you understand those critical aspects that will delay the project, what will you do? You try to avoid them so that the project won't be delayed. So how do you go about this? By using a network diagram. So what is a network diagram? A network diagram helps you to, a network diagram is just a chart that you use to analyze how a project can be completed. Do you understand what a network chart is? A network diagram. It's a chart that you have to draw to analyze what are needed to complete that project. So here I go. This is a chart showing the order of the tasks involved in completing a project, containing information about the time taken to complete the task. So when we talk about a network diagram, already we have a project that has to be completed within the next 2 weeks. We already talked about the bottled water. We have to produce 1,000 units of this bottled water. We need the machine, which is available, and we need maybe 3 workers to complete this task. So we have to draw a network diagram to analyze the task of each individual via the machine. So we're going to use this machine. Individual A is going to work on this machine. Individual B is going to work on this machine. Individual C is going to pick out this bottle. So we've analyzed the task that has to be performed by individuals. So when you are analyzing this task, you are using what? A network diagram. You are drawing a chart. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Great. Do you have any questions up to now? No. So we'll go to the uses of the CPA, the uses of the critical path analysis or the network analysis. 1, efficiency. So when I talk about efficiency, here I wrote, producing a network diagram can help a business operate efficiently. What does this mean? It means that you are able to analyze, with the help of network analysis, you are able to understand how you can save your production or installation. You are able to say, okay, yeah, we need to produce at this point in time. How are we going to be able to produce at this point in time? What do we need to ensure that we are able to produce? And the required resources, we're able to manage the resources we need. Do you understand what efficiency is here?
Yeah.
Efficiency means that you're getting it done at the right time. You deliver at the right time. So when you're talking about efficiency, it means you are doing everything possible to ensure that everything is done the right way. So you are analyzing and you are trying to save your production and installation. Is it clear? Yes. Is it clear, please?
Yeah.
So we're talking about the time of your production. You are able to save the time of your production. 2, it helps for decision making. Here I wrote, it helps to identify the implication of delays by assessing them and preventing them. So earlier I told you that with critical path analysis, you'll be able to identify some delays that might occur during the course of the project. Oh, we have 3 people that are working on this machine. Oh, I know individual A, he might not come to work on Thursdays. He doesn't really come to work on Thursdays. And not coming to work on Thursdays means that we might not be able to operate this machine on Thursday. Now you have identified it. You've assessed it. So what do? You let him understand that it is important for him to come on Thursday. That is avoiding a delay. Do you understand decision making here? So, hello, are you with me, please?
Yes.
So it means you have assessed a delay. You have assessed what could cause a delay. And by so doing, you made the decision that, oh, individual A, we know you don't used to come on Thursday, but this Thursday is critical. It is important for you to be here. It's important for you to be available so that we can complete this task. That is decision making. Do you understand?
Yeah.
The 3rd one, working capital control. Here I wrote, identifying when resources, working capital control. Here I wrote, I didn't write about time-based management. So I will talk about that after now. So it said working capital control. Identifying when resources will be required in projects can help a business to manage its working capital cycle. This implies that network diagrams allow a business to identify exactly what materials are needed. So when you're able to, your working capital, you're talking about the amount you have to spend to ensure that you have these materials available. So these materials are going to be available. You already know with network analysis, you'll be able to know the quantity needed for the production. Do you understand what working capital is here?
Yeah.
Okay. Then we have the time-based management. It said some businesses operate time-based management systems. These are techniques to minimize the length of time spent in business processes. Identifying tasks have to be done in order. Tasks that can be done together and tasks that may delay the whole project if not completed on time. We all help to ensure that at least time is taken to complete an operation. So time-based management is this. We already know that the time at which we have to complete this project is 7 days. So within that 7 days, whatever is going to cause a delay not to complete this task has to be dealt with, it has to be put in order so that the time can be worked on. So what I'm saying is this: time-based management means individuals that has to complete a task must complete that task at the exact time needed. So you have to complete your task, I have to complete my task, he has to complete his task, she has to complete her task at the appropriate time. In the course of doing that, we'll be able to manage our time. That is time-based management. And this is part of critical analysis. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Do you have any question about it?
No.
So that's working capital. We talked about working capital. So before we go to network, I'm going to stop here anyway. So when you're this, in summary, critical path analysis will allow you as a business to manage your time.
Yeah.
It allows you to assess what delays that could occur in the course of in the process of that project and how you'll be able to avoid these delays. Any question about it? Okay. Please do the activity now.